Tahiti. Tahiti is the largest island in French Polynesia, the South Pacific. Shaped like a figure 8 with black sand beaches, lagoons, waterfalls, and 2 extinct volcanoes. It's a popular vacation destination, explored by Captain James Cook in the 18th century. Tahiti has a long and rich history. The islands were first settled by migrating Polynesians as early as 500 BC. They were later discovered by European explorers during the 16th century and eventually colonized by France. Now officially known as the French Polynesia, Tahiti is a popular vacation destination for its natural beauty, culture, and activities. Farmer Waterfall, a famous waterfall with 3 cascades that can be reached by walking through the forest. Water Gardens, a garden on Tahiti's new southern coast with over 75 plant species from around the world. Maria, an island known for its outdoor activities including hiking, trails, waterfalls, and feeding sharks and rays. Other popular attractions in Tahiti include turquoise oceans, white sand beaches, lush green mountains, coral reefs, Polynesian culture, scuba diving, and snorkeling.
I met a girl in Costa Rica. Was it a dream? Was it a dream?
Costa Rica was founded in September 15, 1821. Juan Capellan leads the first successful colonizers into Costa Rica. Columbus discovered and named the area in 1502, but disease and resistance from the local population delayed permanent colonial establishment until 1561. Costa Rica is known for its beaches, volcanoes, and biodiversity. Roughly a quarter of its area is made up of protected jungles teeming with wildlife. Costa Rica is where to go when you want to disconnect and go all in on nature, and with its sun-drenched beaches and lush rainforest, it's pretty easy to do it. Costa Rica is known for its laid-back Pura Vida lifestyle. Hike through lava fields at Aerial Volcano National Park, raft down the Rio, soar above the jungle in Mount Verde, home to the longest zip line in Latin America, or head to the Oasis Peninsula where you can get a kayak through the mangroves, spot some wildlife, and get a taste of local Tico culture. With a trip to Cacao Farm to see how chocolate is made, then go surfing or kick back on a scheduled beach. Whatever you're into, you can find it in Costa Rica. Maldives. In the 6th, 5th century, the Maldives already had their kingdoms. The country has already established history over 2,500 years according to historical evidence. The ancient history of the Maldives is told in copper plates, ancient scripts carved on coral artifacts, traditions, languages, and different ethnicities of Maldivians. Comparative studies of Maldivian logistics and cultural traditions confirm that the first settlers were people from the southern shores of neighboring Indian subcontinents, including the Gaurava people, mentioned in ancient legends and local folklore about the establishment of the capital. The Maldives consist of 1,192 coral islands grouped in a double chain of 26 atolls that stretch along a length of 871 kilometers. The Maldives is the lowest country in the world with a maximum and average natural ground levels of only 2.4 meters above sea level. In the Maldives, you can get a scuba certification, admire the Indian Ocean's marine life, or you can take it up a notch and dine, drink, or detox underwater. There's a little you can do underwater in the Maldives. The Conrad Maldives has an underwater suite for guests who fancy sleeping with the fishes. Several resorts offer underwater restaurants. You can even sip wine that's been aged underwater. And you can enjoy one of the resort's legendary detoxifying treatments in the underwater spa. Verbier, Switzerland. Verbier has been an alpine resort with guests from European countries since the early 20th century. During World War I, the local economy suffered from a lack of tourist revenue as people were unable or unwilling to travel to Switzerland from other countries at war. From 1916 to 1918, Verbier, along with other alpine resorts, housed interned German, French, and British soldiers who required medical treatment. Verbier can be accessed by road or by train. The nearest international airport is Geneva Airport. In Verbier, the village is small enough to be explored on foot, but free buses run throughout the resort regularly during the day. In Verbier, you can get a bird's eye view of the mountains, warm up over a hot chocolate in the clouds, eat lunch at al frescos, dine in at an affordable ski hotel. There are also non-snow activities you can do in Verbier, like buy a pedestrian pass and jump on a lift, go snowshoeing or ski touring, visit a museum or see a film, or you can go to a spa for some relaxation. So by the time you about done soaking it up in the sun and you ready to switch it up, ain't nothing like snowing it up in Verde, Switzerland. Swiss Alps. The Swiss Alps arose as a result of the collision of the African and Eurasian tectonic plates. This mountain range was formed about 45 million years ago. The Swiss Alps covers most of Switzerland. The Swiss Alps also extend to France, Germany, Australia, and Italy. The highest summit in the Swiss Alps is Monte Rosa at 4,634 meters. The Swiss Alps has the youngest mountain range in Europe, having formed approximately 65 million years ago. Thousands of different animal species live in the Swiss Alps. The Swiss Alps is one of the most popular places to visit in Europe. There are many things that you can do in the Swiss Alps. The Alps offer a variety of slopes for all skiing abilities from the biggest ski area in the world. Paragliding is one of the best ways to experience the views of surrounding mountains. The Alps are home to some of the world's most beautiful mountain railways. The Alps accommodate both road cyclists and adventurous mountain bike riders. The Swiss Alps are not just known for their impressive peaks, but also their exceptional lakes. Home to hundreds of summits above 4,000 meters, the Alps are made up of Europe's highest peaks. The Alps isn't just an adventure hub, but it is also the perfect location to relax, sunbathe, read, or just simply sit and take in the incredible scenery surrounding Finland. Finland was settled in around 8500 BC during the Stone Age towards the end of the last glacial period. The artifacts the first settlers left behind presented characteristics that are shared with those found in Estonia, Russia, and Norway. The earliest people were hunter-gatherers using stone tools. The first pottery appeared in 5200 BC. The 12th and 13th century were a violent time in the northern Baltic Sea when Finland was under Swedish rule. As a result of the Crusades and the colonization of some Finnish coastal areas, Finland gradually became part of the Kingdom of Sweden in the spirit of the influence of the Catholic Church. Under Sweden, Finland was annexed as part of the cultural order of Western Europe. Finland has plenty of fun to offer and multiple activities that you can get into. You can sleep under the northern lights and get a glimpse of what the northern lights look like in Finland. You can visit a public sauna. You can explore a lighthouse island, stroll around an old wooden abandoned town, or you can try Finnish cuisine. Finnish cuisine is built around fresh natural ingredients gathered straight from the water, land, and forest. Or you can go hiking at a national park. Or you can finally go see the real Santa Claus. Many people know Santa Claus comes from Finland. Madagascar. Madagascar is an island off the southeastern coast of Africa. It is the world's 4th largest island, the 2nd largest island country, and the 46th largest country in the world. Madagascar split from Africa during the early Jurassic around 180 million years ago and split from the Indian subcontinent around 90 million years ago, allowing native plants and animals to evolve in relative isolation. The island has a subtropical to tropical climate. Madagascar was first settled during or before the mid-1st millennium AD. Until the late 18th century, the island of Madagascar was ruled by a fragmented assortment of shifting socio-political alliances. In the early 19th century, most of it was united and ruled as the Kingdom of Madagascar. The monarchy was ended in 1897 by the annexation by France, from which Madagascar gained independence in 1960. Madagascar is one of the most unique places on Earth. It is a land with many different faces. In Madagascar, you can swim with the whale sharks, visit the stone forest, whether you're looking to relax on untouched beaches or escape off the grid into pristine rainforest. The country's capital, Antananarivo, is a melting pot of history, diverse culture, and fine modern cuisine. Thailand. Thailand, officially known as the Kingdom of Thailand, is a country in Southeast Asia on the Indo-Chinese peninsula with a population of almost 66 million. Thailand from 1932 to 1973 was dominated by military dictatorships which were in power for much period of the time. The main personalities of the period were dictator Marshal P, better known as Phi Bun. He allied the country with Japan during the Second World War. A succession of military dictatorships followed, under whom traditional authoritarian rule was combined with increasing modernization and westernization under the influence of the U.S. From 1939 to 1946, the name of Thailand was changed to the Kingdom of Thailand, which is still the official name of Thailand today. In Thailand, you can go to the Grand Palace, take a dive in at Phi Phi Island, you can go shopping at a floating market, you can go to the Temple of the Reclining Buddha, or you can go to Bangkok, Chinatown, or you can go to James Bond Island where they shot the James Bond movie in 1974. With almost 1,000 islands, Thailand beaches offer diving, nightlife, party, and romantic getaways and more. Kyoto. Kyoto is Japan's third largest city and has a rich history that dates back to 794 when Emperor Kamu chose it as the new capital of Japan. The city was designed according to traditional Chinese feng shui, inspired by the ancient capitals of Chang'an and Luoyang. Kyoto was the center of government learning and the arts for most of Japan's history, and its golden age lasted from 794 to 1185. Kyoto remained Japan's capital until 1868 when the ruling class moved the capital to Edo, which was renamed Tokyo during the Meiji Restoration. Despite no longer being the capital, Kyoto is still considered the heart of Japan and is home to many cultural landmarks and historical sites. The city is also known as the mother of all shrines and is popular for its festivals. In Kyoto, you can go to Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, you can go to a Kyoto tea ceremony, you can go to the Samurai and Ninja Museum, or you can go to the Fushima Shrine and see the 10,000 gates, or you can go to a 4-star restaurant Hayate and dine in. And if you're really into martial arts, you can train like a ninja in the Kyoto Ninja Museum. And at the end of the day, to watch the sunrise, we headed to Imperial Palace Park, Shanghai. The history of Shanghai spans over 1,000 years and closely parallels the development of modern China. Originally, it started off as a small agricultural village. Shanghai developed during the late Qing Dynasty 1644 through 1912. Shanghai was one of China's principal trading ports. Although part of China, foreign diplomats controlled the city. Since the economic reforms of the early 1990s, the city has become one of Asia's major financial centers and the world's busiest container port. During the 1920s and 1930s, Shanghai became known as the Paris of the East and the New York of the West. Shanghai was made a special city in 1927. In May 1930, the city's industrial and financial power increased because the merchants were in control of the city while the rest of China was divided among warlords. Artistically, Shanghai became the hub for 3 new art forms: Chinese cinema, Chinese animation, and Chinese popular music. In Shanghai, you can admire the classic skyline at the Bund, or you can take a trip to Yuyang Garden and enjoy the green spaces, or you can stand on top of Shanghai from the Oriental Pearl TV Tower. And if you're on vacation with the family, you gotta have fun in Disneyland Park in Shanghai. It's a must-see.